is the Gila River, the western extension of it that comes across El Mirage Road, south of Phoenix and Levine. So this is the Gila River, and it is definitely a river, flowing river. So we're going to walk down through here and see what it looks like. And this is the eastern side, and you can see it crosses across the El Mirage Road through the culverts, and it actually comes out of a very marshy area east of here, which runs east-west north of the Phoenix International Raceway. And so this is what the Gila River looks like at this point, and the salt, they come together and come back through here. So we're going to walk westward along the river and to see how it looks now through there, see if there's some good fishing spots. And so we've been walking down through here along the Gila. Western extension of it, as you can see, there's a bit of vegetation in the water down through here. But the water's flowing at a really good clip. It looks like it's about 2-3 feet deep, and there's a lot of vegetation on both sides. So we'll keep walking down, looking at some more. Vegetation here is about 10-12 feet across till you get to the water. Bit of trash out here, which has been brought down by the river, I assume. When this floods, when there's monsoon storms, all of this fills in, becomes very wide. This entire place is a flood zone as it crosses up the bank and spreads across this low area here. So we're continuing on a little bit westward, and we're going to look at it down through here. So we've walked about maybe 80-90 yards farther west, and we've come to this little area, kind of tranquil, and we're on the northern bank of the river here. It's very nice out here, peaceful. Hear lots of birds around. The water's flowing at a pretty good rate. Again, it looks like out in the middle it's probably about 4 or 5 feet deep, not very deep at all. But I've heard there's lots of fish in here, especially catfish and some others. So we're going to continue to walk. You can see right here is the water coming up to the shore of the bank of the river, rather. And so we're going to continue on up here, back up the path, and a little bit farther along the north shore as we head west on the river. So let's go on right here. And here's another little, there's various places where people have camped out here and had fires at night. And here's another little place. Pretty good place to fish, looks like. I hear fish in the water hitting the surface. I saw one just across on the other shore over there. Lots of birds, wildlife here. Very interesting place in the Metro Phoenix area. Something I will definitely come back to. And right here we have salt cedars, an invasive flood zone plant that, as you can see, inhabit very densely both shores of this lake. And of course we have cattails and a number of species out here. So this is a lovely place, very tranquil. Nice place to come to, not far away. About a 30-minute drive. Not bad at all. So we're going to walk a little bit more before we turn around and leave. Okay, we've gone about another 25 yards or so, and there's another area here where people obviously have been camping and using this place for recreation. And right here, it looks like they have pushed the cattails down so that there's a mat of them out over the water. Obviously you would sink in those if you stepped out on them. But you can see that the water here is very tranquil, very smooth. And the south shore totally covered with salt cedars. So I'm going to raise it up here so that you can see. You can see there's a bend in the river right there that it meanders on west and curves back and forth and back and forth. And here as well, this is the extension back east. So, very lovely place. I like it. My kind of place. So we will definitely be back here. Okay, I decided to come just a little bit farther, about another 50 yards or so. And all this is flood zone, floodplain, when it floods, of course. And so here at this location, very dense salt cedars, tall, probably 50 feet high, and densely populated all the way down to shore. But what I found right here is an opening that has been created. So we're going to go in here and look. It goes right down to the edge of the river. So we're going to go in and have a look at it. This looks like a good spot. So yes, indeed. Very nice. So this is a nice shady spot. You could stand here in the shade and fish. Dense cattails, salt cedars. But the water has slowed down. Ooh, I can hear lots of birds down here. Sounds like coots or something. Maybe some kinds of herons. But the water has slowed down here. And this looks like a perfect place to come fishing. And that is exactly what we will do. We will come back here and maybe one day during the week and fish here. Looks like a great place. I hear birds up in the salt cedars. Hear them flapping around. This is the path that we took in, right here. All cleared out and level down here. Looks like people have been here fishing before, which is a pretty good sign. And it's a gentle slope, which is good. A little bit rocky. And here's the view on westward, down the river. And here we are looking northward, covered with cattails, of course. So this is a lovely place. I can't wait to come back. But today we're just exploring and looking for some nice places, interesting places to come to and fish the Kosmos. And this is definitely the Kosmos. We love it. So we're back in the car again, and we are driving. We came south of the Gila River, and it sort of dead ends into this Estrella access road. And so we're going this way. As I came back, a couple of park rangers were there at my car, and they were just a little concerned about somebody parked there and walking around in the middle of the day in Phoenix where it's above 100. And so, but we're used to that, and we have water. So we're going back out through here. The rangers told us that there's a place out here that crosses this road, actually dead ends into it, and turns right, heads north again, and it crosses the Gila River. They told me about that and said it's a good place to check out as well. So I'm headed this direction, and I will show it to you as soon as we get there. Okay, so here we have come to another place. This is the western extension. It looks like it may be a western extension I don't think this is the Gila. I think this is probably the Cap Canal, perhaps. Something that is coming down from North Phoenix. This is sort of northeast we're looking at now. And this is a pretty good sized canal. And water coming into it, being put into it by the irrigation district, and which aerates the water very well. So I would expect in here that you would probably find quite a number of fish in this area, as the water is being aerated right here. They always like that. And you can see it continues on south of the bridge right here. And so this is a pretty good spot. The water is pretty hard here as well, as you can see along that shore over there where the water line has been higher. You see some mineral deposits along the edge. The water line is higher. It looks like sometime within the last few days the water line was probably a couple of feet higher than it is now. But this is definitely a spot that I will want to try. And a lot of people don't know this, but in the canals around Phoenix, in the southern part of Phoenix, there are a lot of fish. And wouldn't eat them, of course, but they're fun to catch. And we will be trying that as we fish the Kosmos. This is a little bit different spot than you've seen on previous videos. There's traffic on the road, of course. Very different environment. But we will be coming here and trying this. So I'm going to walk over to the bridge a little bit. I can see a whole lot of footprints. I see some horse prints. And those like horses, not wild donkeys. They may be wild donkeys, I don't know. Wouldn't expect them right in here. We do have wild donkeys around this area. And so right here you can see the water as it goes underneath the bridge. And so this would be a good spot to fish up under the bridge. Those fish will look for the shade, and as the water comes down and is aerated by that input right there and comes down about 50 to 75 yards to this bridge where there's shade, I would expect there to be fish congregated right in here. But we will see. And so I'm going to go on the other side of the bridge and see how that looks as well. Okay, so here we are again. We're on the west side of that bridge that we just saw. You see the traffic going by. But access here is a little bit more precarious. There's a steep embankment, but still it's accessible. You can get down there. The water's flowing about 3 or 4 feet a second. The depth I'm not sure about. Most of these canals are not very deep, so I would expect this probably to be something like 3, 4, maybe 5 feet deep. You can see it goes straight down, continues on down as far as you can see, out of sight, west of here. So we're going to walk on down, take a look at it. So this is an interesting area as well. Not as natural. Not as appealing aesthetically as the other spot. But you know what? We'll give it a shot sometime. We'll come down here, take a look at it, and throw out a worm or two and see what happens. So it looks like the bank gets narrow as we get lower down toward the canal down here. So this is the western extension of this canal, and it's not restricted. You can come down here. Some areas are restricted and there's no trespassing, but that's not the case here. So we'll be coming back, and when we do that, we'll show it to you, and we'll talk a little bit about fishing the Kosmos. Okay? See you later. Bye.